The American Legion has a strong and mutual beneficial relationship with the organization led by our next guest. USAA, like the American Legion, cares about financial security for families of current military members and of veterans from previous generations. The president and CEO of USAA has more than 30 years of experience at this great company. He is a graduate of Tulane University and completed executive training programs at Harvard, Duke, Stanford, and Wharton. Our relationship has been enhanced and strengthened by the strong support of President Wayne Peacock, who has announced that he will be retiring in 2025. His successor will have big shoes to fill. Following his remarks, we will be proud to present him with one of my Special Commander's medallions. He has been a great friend to our American Legion family. So, at this time, please give a warm welcome to USAA CEO and President, Wayne Peacock.
Well, thanks for the warm welcome, Commander CFR, and good afternoon to all of you, the honorable members of the American Legion, the Legion Auxiliary, and the Sons of the American Legion. I'm honored to be back with you this year, and especially excited to be joining you here in the Crescent City. As a proud Tulane alum, I always enjoy coming back to New Orleans. I hope each of you can find some time to take in the sights, the sounds, the cuisine, and the rich history of our vibrant city. On behalf of USAA's 37,000 teammates, I also want to thank each of you for your service to our great nation. We owe you a debt of gratitude that we can never fully repay. At USAA, we have the great privilege of serving nearly 5 million veterans with insurance, banking, advice, and retirement solutions that help them achieve their financial security. And about 1 million of those veterans are Legionnaires like you, brave women and men who continue to embody the values of duty, honor, and service long after you've hung up your uniform. You know, USAA and the American Legion have a shared dedication to supporting our nation's service members, our veterans, and their families. As a Legionnaire, your commitment to community and country is a beacon of light, and it's our privilege to support you. This year, we mark the 80th anniversary of 2 historic events that changed the course of our nation and the lives of countless veterans: the D-Day invasion and the signing of the GI Bill by President Franklin Roosevelt. These events are bound together by their lasting legacies and their profound effects on the veteran community. On June 6, 1944, American soldiers stormed the beaches of Normandy with unparalleled bravery and resiliency. I had the opportunity to travel to Normandy in June to attend several of the events commemorating the anniversary of D-Day. It was an experience that I'll never forget. I was there at sunrise on Omaha Beach at the Vierville Draw and stood where the 29th Infantry Division from the National Guard, along with the 1st Infantry Division, the Big Red One, and the 2nd and 5th Rangers came ashore that fateful morning and began the liberation of Europe, changing the course of history. I'll tell you, I stood there in awe of their bravery that day, their sacrifice, and their selfless service. Some of you or your comrades were part of that monumental effort. And you know, you set a standard of service and commitment to something larger than yourselves that continues to inspire us today. Just weeks after the D-Day invasion, another significant event unfolded. President Roosevelt signed the Servicemen's Readjustment Act of 1944, commonly known as the GI Bill. This was a groundbreaking piece of legislation that provided returning World War II veterans with unprecedented opportunities, including access to higher education, vocational training, home loans, and unemployment benefits. When I was in Normandy, I had a chance to visit with a number of our World War II veterans. One of them, Harold, a Marine Corps veteran who is now 99 years old, spent some time retelling his story of service, his story of being in Normandy, the day that the Germans captured he and his unit, the time that he spent as a prisoner of war, the day that he was liberated from that prison camp, and then his return back to the United States. He's from Brooklyn, by the way, for all the New York folks out there. So I asked him, so Harold, what did you do when you came back to the United States? And he said, well, we got a little R&R for a couple of months, and then I got a chance to take advantage of the GI Bill and get my education and have a career, a successful career as a school teacher. The impact of the GI Bill was immediate and profound and transformed the lives of millions of veterans, just like Harold and just like it's doing today. And you know, it was you, the American Legion, who largely designed and ushered that landmark legislation through. The Legion recognized the need to support veterans as they transition back to civilian life, championing their cause and ensuring those who served would have the means to build successful futures. The legacy of the GI Bill endures to this day and has evolved to ensure all of our nation's heroes have the resources they need to achieve their dreams. What an incredible legacy that you've built for future generations. From securing critical legislation to providing direct assistance to veterans in need, the American Legion has been at the forefront of efforts to ensure our veterans receive the care and the respect that they deserve. One of the most pressing issues facing our veteran community today is suicide prevention. The veteran suicide rate is 1.5 times the rate of the general population. Each life lost is a heartbreaking reminder of the challenges many veterans face as they transition to civilian life. Since 2001, more than 125,000 veterans have died by suicide. These are brave men and women who've given so much through their service, only to end up in crisis at home. The American Legion has been a leader in addressing this crisis through the Be the One campaign. The campaign encourages us to take action by ending the stigma of asking for help, empowering veterans and our communities to reach out, to connect, and be the one to save a life. By mobilizing communities and providing a platform for veterans to share their stories, the Be the One campaign is making a tangible difference in the lives of veterans and their families. So thank you for your leadership. Up to this point, however, government and veteran service organizations like yours have largely faced this challenge alone. But not anymore. At USAA, taking care of military families is mission critical. In 2021, our members of all ages and military backgrounds told us that mental health and suicide prevention were top of mind for the military community. So just over a year ago, USAA and our founding partners, Reach Resilience and the Humana Foundation, launched Face the Fight, a coalition of corporations, foundations, and nonprofit and veteran-focused organizations together focused on raising awareness and support for suicide prevention. So thank you for being one of the first to join the Face the Fight coalition, helping us with our aspirational goal to cut the veteran suicide rate in half by 2030. Our shared commitment was on display last month when the Legion and USAA hosted the Be the One to Face the Fight reception at the VA and DoD Suicide Prevention Conference in Portland. Whether through direct support, advocacy, or community engagement, together we are reaching more veterans in need. In Face the Fight's first year, the coalition has grown to more than 200 members and thousands of individual supporters. And I'm also proud to share that 15,000 veterans have been screened for suicide risk, and more than 5,000 have received care. So thank you for locking arms with us. Together, we're creating a network of support that extends from the local level to the national stage, amplifying our shared belief that no veteran should ever feel alone or without help. I'm proud the American Legion and USAA are in lockstep on important issues. But I also want to take a moment to honor the memory of a remarkable leader and a dedicated Legionnaire. Retired Major General and former USAA CEO Joe Robles passed away on July 4th. Joe was instrumental in forging the strong partnership between USAA and the American Legion that began some 14 years ago. Through his vision, he saw the connection between our organizations. You as the gold standard for veterans advocacy, and USAA as the association that advocates for the military community and their families. I will tell you, Joe's passing is a profound loss. He exemplified the spirit of service and dedication that we all strive to uphold. In closing, some of you may have seen the news last week or the commander's comments a few minutes ago that after 36 years, I will retire from USAA in the first half of 2025 once my successor is named. When I was asked to take the helm, my wife Ginny and I talked about it being a 3 to 5 year assignment. And as I approach the 5-year mark, we've decided that it's time to take the next step forward. Being USAA's CEO is both a tremendous honor and responsibility. And each day, I feel the importance of being a great steward of our association, of protecting and building on our legacy of service in a way that our founders, our members, and our teammates would be proud. Over the last few years, we've made great strides to transform the association so we're better prepared to serve you both now and in the future. So thank you again for allowing me to spend time with you today. Thank you to all the USA members for your loyalty. Your legacy of courage, sacrifice, and service is an inspiration. And may we always strive to honor each of you and to uphold the freedoms that you have so valiantly defended. Thank you all. May God bless you, our veterans, and the United States of America.